Fan of the Hauraki Big Show podcast?
Yeah.
Make sure you check out more from Jase, Mike and Keyzie on their Instagram at Hauraki Big Show, or tune in to them 4 to 7 every weekday on Radio Hauraki. Thanks, mate.
Thanks, mate.
I reckon.
Talking of wet, now...
Wet.
No, talking of weird stuff that happens to Hoity J. Totally true story, again. Petrol station, coming in to do the BYC podcast. $50 in. Put the, thing in the petrol thing.
Did you go in and pay inside?
No, you can pay. You can pay after.
At the pump? Yeah.
No, I didn't pay. I don't pay at the pump. I pay inside, but you can pay after.
So you put $50.
$50 in, right? Dug. Put the fucking petrol in there, chugging away. Boom, stops at $10. And I'm like, what? Did I only put $10 in there? That's weird. No, I put 50 in. Then the guy from the servo goes, can you come inside, please? Can you come inside? He said it differently, but I can't.
Can't do that accent.
Yeah, I won't do that accent.
Why? Where was he from?
From I don't know.
Subcontinent?
I didn't ask him.
Subcontinent?
Yes, possibly. Yeah. So I went inside and he sorry, sir, I'm not quite sure what happened there. But go back out and you can put the rest of the petrol in it. And
did he get you to do anything when you came in?
No, but then as I was walking out, he said, but first, before you go out, can you pay the $10? And I was like, yeah, okay. So I paid the $10.
Wouldn't you just pay the 50?
Well, no, because it was only came up as $10 on the thing.
Yeah, they need it to come through,
so I had paid the $10. So I go, and he goes, okay, you can go and put the rest of it in now. So I go out there, it stops at $20. And I'm like, what the is going on? And there was another dude in the car next to me who was just cracking up because he recognised me as Hoity J.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh my God. Sir, can you come back inside, please? And I'm like, what's going on? I don't understand what's going on. And so I paid that $20. So I paid $30.
Just drive off.
Then he said, sorry, it should work now. You can put the rest of the thing in. So I'm putting it in. And I'm pumping away, and I'm like, shit, this is going for ages.
Oh,
and
God.
it was like $35. And I was like, what? So I ended up getting like $65 worth
He's
of petrol.
got you good there, hasn't he?
It was, I've never, ever had anything like, even vaguely like that happen to me before.
Yeah.
And he was very apologetic, but...
Here's the question. Why do you only put $50 in?
That's generally what I put in.
Why don't you just
Why
fill it
do you
up?
do that?
Because I've got a mate, old Johnny Braff.
I know this theory, and it's a horseshit theory.
What's the theory?
The theory is that the more you put in, the more weight your car is carrying, and thus the more petrol you burn. So if you only put in half a tank, therefore, I don't know why. I'll tell you why. It comes from when I was poor.
Yeah.
Right.
So I'd never fill the tank because I could never afford to fill it.
Yeah, I was always $20.
You can now, though, and it's good because you don't have to go as often. And you got less likelihood of running into situations like this.
That's a really good point. I don't know why I don't do that.
Yeah, I mean, it used to be like, you used to get a litre. Like, it used to be $5. You'd be fucking chipping away, man. But you used to get a bit of value for money. Yeah. But now it's, every time it's fill her up, man.
Fill her up and don't look at how much it costs because it's really expensive.
Yeah. I mean,
depending if you've got a teeter or not.
It is what it is, yeah. Even that's it's over $100 to fill a teeter. Yeah, it's a fucking joke.
My Honda Accord is $150.
To fill.
A Honda Accord 2-litre.
Yeah.
What's that about?
Yeah, I think, and the Aqua, the Aqua's okay because it lasts for like 6 weeks, which is fucking
I'm
good.
thinking of getting one of those.
So much money on gas, man.
Thinking of getting one of those sort of cars.
It's worth it.
Is it really?
Oh, you save a fuckload.
Yeah,
don't get one.
We're saving about, honestly, no, without a word of a lie, about $100 a week.
Okay.
As a result of having that. It just
make sure you get a one that hasn't got like an F battery in it and stuff. Cause
I might get you to come with me, Keyzie.
I'm all
just
good.
get a more recent one.
Just buy Mogie's
Yeah,
Aqua.
actually buy my fucked one. I mean, my good one.
Your good one? Yeah.
Which one's
It's
screwed?
just a bit old. The Aqua.
The Aqua is, yeah.
It's actually quite funny that you mentioned because it does my wife's head in as well.
The $50.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's no reason for it.
I don't understand.
Yeah.
And like Johnny Braff has that theory is correct, right? You are carrying more weight, but what?
You're saving about $2.
50 kg
Yeah.
with you're carrying an extra 25 kg, an extra 25 litres roughly. That is doing nothing to
I
your
know.
petrol
Look,
consumption.
I never thought it was a good theory.
It's carrying one third of a person.
It makes sense about the being poor thing.
Yes. Yeah, no, it's just habits.
Yeah, but because I was poor, and I was always putting $20 in. It was always $20. Oh, thank God I've got $20.
It's something, because and I'm getting way better at it now, but I really struggled with, when I had money, was making big purchases because of the nature of my work. I never knew when my next job was going to be.
Yeah.
And then you'd do a job and it'd take 2 months to get paid, and you'd go, oh my God. And so
Which
I got
I
into
just find odd that you took 2 months to get paid, but I know why now.
So I got into this mentality of, if I did get a payday, I'd go, okay, well, I just have to be sensible here, because
good.
I might be ages before I get any more. I've never really thrown that mentality off.
Yeah.
Until the last 2 years.
The way you're meant to do it, and we could be better about it, is you're meant to have 3 to 6 months worth of income in an account. So that if anything happens, you're good for at least that period of time.
Oh, if you're an actor or like a freelancer.
Well, I think, certainly a contractor, but I think anybody could lose their job at any time.
Yes.
So 3 to 6 months worth of money in the bank, so you're good for that. Find another job, you're sweet.
Yeah.
If you're living week to week and you got nothing and you get fired, how fucked are you?
Yeah.
Because I can tell you what, when you go to, what's that shithole called?
Inland
Department of Social Welfare, which is called something else now. Depending on who's in government, they will fuck you so hard and not give a shit about you. I have been in there, and it has taken me 7 months to get a cent out of them, and I had no income, and if it wasn't for the fact I had a supportive family, I would have been stealing and fucking robbing.
Yeah.
Really?
To support my family. Absolutely fucking horrendous.
Yeah.
What the way they treat you, it's disgraceful.
Good advice there, Mogi, and I do that. I'm in that regard. I go, okay, if I lose my job, which, let's be honest, could be any moment. Then I'll at least be okay for some time.
Yes.
The Hauraki Big Show with Jason Hoyt, Mike Minogue, and Keyzie. The Hauraki Big Show, weekdays at 4 on Radio Hauraki.
So the way we operate...
Nice to the front, Keyzie.
What? I didn't even get a chance to see who it was, Jase. If you're going to say that, can you at least warn me when they're walking past?
You're still looking, man.
You're still
You're looking. I can't
Finally,
see.
they're out of sight, and you can
couldn't
take
even
your
tell.
eyes off
Oh, my
them.
God.
Jesus.
I've got...
Poor wife.
My wife, actually, speaking of, she is very smart with her money. And the first thing she did was
spend yours instead.
No, she doesn't spend any. First thing she did was get together with me and sort me out and basically be like, "You are stupid." We've got savings like that which we're not allowed to touch. It's for an emergency. However, and one of my good mates and I were talking about this. When there is an emergency, we're still not allowed to touch it, just in case there's another emergency.
Right.
And I've just got it. That little bit of savings is essentially my deposit. It's pretty much my wife's happiness fund.
Right.
I will never be allowed that money. It is never going to leave our bank account, but it makes her happy.
Knowing it's there.
Knowing it's there.
Yeah.
Sure.
I'm kind of similar.
Yeah, and it's just like, well, are we allowed to use that if it's an emergency? No, that's for another emergency. Oh, okay.
What emergency is it for?
I don't know.
It depends on
Find
how
out.
big the emergency is.
No, because it doesn't matter, because that'll happen and we still won't be allowed.
I mean, running out of beersies, Mogi, isn't an emergency.
oh, that's a code red.
You know
in
what
my
I mean?
opinion.
Yeah.
But yeah, you know what I mean?
It's pretty lucky, like, to live close. I live close to work. You don't.
No.
I'm sort of in the middle.
You're a little bit in the middle. But to be able to fill your tank up with gas and it doesn't really... You just go, fuck, that's a rip-off. And food. I went and got food today, coleslaw, which is next to dust. Isn't it?
Yeah,
in terms of how much it should cost,
it's
right?
your poor man salad, generally
Fucking
speaking.
oath it is. I got a small pottle. You know what a small pottle looks like?
Yes.
$5.30
For cabbage.
for fucking and that's the thing, isn't it? It's cabbage, which is $80 a piece. But I was just like, man, it's like you can't even afford cabbage anymore.
Yeah.
Like, it'd be so easy to be broke.
Totally.
Fucking hell.
See, that's $5 or whatever, but for
Fucking
$3 you could go buy a pie, you know what I mean?
Exactly.
So you can see why people
That's
just...
right, or chips. And,
Yeah.
Fucking oath. Yeah, I hope she bounces back. Jesus.
Yeah.
$18 kumaras, Christ.
Yeah, nah.
And
Why
then
is-
you got to eat a kumara.
I love Kumara, first of all, but why is the Kumara always the first one to go up in price? They're always pricey.
Are they?
Yeah.
They're a bit potatoey, aren't they?
Sometimes she'll come Lucy will come home and be like, oh, sorry, we're not having Kumaras this
I wonder
week.
if it's as a result of the floods.
Maybe.
Because that's sort of out
Clevedon.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe.
South
Maybe.
around the
Bit wet.
Bombays. And I think Horowhenua got smashed as well, and that's massive for market gardens. Huge, but fuck knows. Anyway.
Just on that, the finances, I do that as soon as I get paid, because I never had a regular job, so I was never able to do this. I just immediately go dedouge to a certain amount of money.
Same.
Dedouge, that's gone. What
are you dedouging?
From what I get paid, I will immediately subtract and put into another account something. And my wife, she has no idea how much savings we have.
Right?
Really?
None.
Really?
Yeah.
That's
interesting.
bizarre.
Like she'll say to me, "Oh, so how much do we have in savings?" And I'll say X amount, and she'll go, "Oh, okay, that's good."
Yeah, that was how my old man ran it.
Yeah,
he just his missus had no idea.
But it's not that she has access to all the accounts, but the savings I don't even have access to, in the sense that I don't have a card or anything like that.
No.
You know what I mean?
Right.
But what used to really screw me was the old GST. And
I was just about to talk about that.
And I would get paid GST and I wouldn't take it out.
Oh, my God, you've got to do it.
And so this is back in the day. But, once again, needs must at the time. It was like my family either starves to death or I spend some GST here.
Yeah.
And then GST would come around and it'd be rooted. It'd be like...
There were guys that I worked with in film who were exactly the same.
Yes.
And I always used to go, bang this amount of savings, bang that's the GST, and I'd always put too much GST so that when I paid my GST, I'd always have a bit of savings to put aside. But they would spend it all and they'd do it 6 monthly. I did mine every 2 months.
Same.
It was such a ball ache doing it six monthly. And they ended up with like a $70,000 GST bill, and that money just did not exist, man. It was gone.
Yeah.
And now you're in debt to the it was just like, what are you fucking doing? And look, they weren't. That was going on piss and everything else. It was not going to starving children like with you.
Generally, in my defence, it was sort of out of necessity. But did you get all that stuff, Keyzie?
Yeah, it's good, fellas. So this is our finance special.
Yeah,
it is.
I think it's our finance special.
I don't think anybody should probably listen to us, but
like and subscribe in that. Yeah,
like and subscribe.
Yeah, do all that.
Stuff.
Yeah.
Your Hauraki Big Show Keyzie word of the day is
savings.
So good, man. Hey, don't forget to send all the Keyzie words in at the end of the week, all 5 of them with your cell phone number. We could call you with a prize on the Monday. Also follow us on Instagram, Mr. Mike Minogue, at Hoity J, at Chris KNZ. Call me Pugs, Hauraki Big Show.
Thanks, mate.